Hi, my name is Haddon Pearson. I'm a creative type living and working here in Chicago. So I've been working on an art project and talking to a couple of people, and things have reached the point where I was trying to get a couple of these people together on the same page so that this whole project could move forward. It's a project that's part technology, part art, but ultimately it's about the human spirit. The exceedingly short pitch is that it is using some cutting edge technology to allow people that are deeply disabled to make art. That's the very short version of it. And in this video, I'm going to explain how this project is going to work, some of the technology that's going to get used, and sort of the end result. So a couple minutes of your time would be appreciated. When I started undertaking this project, I imagined that I would be spending the majority of my time working with people who had a particular condition called lock-in syndrome. People with this condition suffer a stroke on a particular portion of their brainstem, which effectively eliminates the vast majority of their voluntary muscle control. So the ability to move their arms, their legs, this is gone to them. In the most classic of cases, this population has little more than the ability to move their eyes one way or the other, and that's it. But as I started working on the project more, I realized that there were more people that could benefit from this type of project than just that one group. So there are a lot of conditions that are progressively degenerative. There are a wide range of conditions that people are born with. And there is a range of injuries that people sustain. And in all of these cases, their agency, their ability to interact with the world, their ability to move objects, to move independently, is reduced slightly or dramatically. In the most excessive of these examples, people have very little agency to even control their own bodies. They need basically intensive care from day to night, and their ability to interact with the world is tremendously and profoundly limited in a way that able-bodied people, quite frankly, have a difficult time imagining. So one of the things that's been done to help this group is there has been a lot of research in creating what are called alternative mouse or inclusive mouse technology. So the same mouse that you use to control a computer. They have mouses that can be controlled with feet, facial muscles, gyroscopic, you basically just tilt your hands. Here's a person using a mouth-controlled mouse to play a video game. So there is a distinct effort made to enable people to at least interact with the computer by using these alternative mouse inputs. So what I want to do is take the next step, which is connect a computer to machines that will allow people to make art. This is an XY plotter, so you have control of your x-axis and your y-axis. You could control the movements of the pen in the same way you control a mouse when you're using Microsoft Paint, drawing a line that way. This is another device. This allows people to make watercolor paintings. So you can have a population of people that are physically constrained, and now we can start sending them off to make drawings and paintings. One of the things that I would want to do if I eventually find the right person is there are XY controllers that are 10 foot on a side. Get a piece of paper that's 10 by 10 and allow a person who can't get up from a wheelchair to make drawings that are on a oversized heroic scale. So one of the things about this project that keeps me up at night is this. Not too far from where you're sitting right now is a family. There is a young child in that family who has their own physical limitations, and there's a refrigerator in that person's house that doesn't have any drawings that that kid has done. When you go into a house with young kids, you look at the refrigerator, there's a couple of pictures on it. So one of the things that I want to do is find a couple of young kids, connect them to these types of tools, and give them that opportunity to make a couple of drawings that go on their refrigerator. For the art person that I'm talking to, there are thousands of books and thousands of papers that make up the discipline known as art therapy. Art therapy is seen as an incredibly useful tool to help people express themselves, overcome their issues, heal, and yet this particular population can't really even enter into that realm because of the physical limitations involved. And yet, with a project like this, we can cross that barrier. We can take a person who can't physically pick up a pencil or a paintbrush and allow them the opportunity to make art. And if you believe in the power of art to uplift the human spirit, not just in the people that look at it, but also that the people that make it, this is a pretty good chance to make a very notable impact in some people's lives. I like to think that right now there's a person out there, for some reason I'm sure that they're French, who is highly constrained, and yet they're going to use these kinds of tools and take this opportunity to make art with a capital A. For the technology type, I would say this. One of the notions that we have about technology is that it can make people's lives better. Sure, sometimes we get it wrong, but you can talk to your sister who lives on the other side of the country. You can get vaccinated for a lot of diseases. There are notable ways that technology does make people's lives better. We've gotten to the point where people are sort of pursuing odd little projects. This is a robot that plays ice hockey. This is a robot that plays ping pong. They're great projects, but ultimately they don't do much. They don't change people's lives. And this is an opportunity to use technology to make an incredibly vital difference in some people's lives. And I should note here, everything that we're going to use on this project is essentially off the shelf. Plotters are commercially available. The drawing machines are commercially available. The painting machine is commercially available. The program we'll probably use is called ZBrush. You can go directly from ZBrush to an XY controller. And if I can get a pair of Google Glass, we have Retina trackers. So there's no development cycle, there's no build, there's no prototype. It's essentially connecting commercially available products and getting them to operate in the way that they're designed to operate. The only challenge, I think, is going to be the smoothing feature, which is smoothing the lines. But other than that, it's commercially available products, getting them to work together. And I think on a technology realm, this is not going to be particularly challenging and can change some people's lives.
So at this point in the project, we are at the stage where we're just looking for a person or two that will use the device as it's designed to be used. There's not too much holding things back at this point, and then we're just looking for a person or two, like I said, that could use this device or would like to use this device. So have a good day, and thank you so much, and please do feel free to contact me, and thanks so much.